Yes, this is what I'm doing with my time rather than write. Yes, I am procrastinating, and no, I do not care. That's the day 10 mentality for you. Welcome to the first episode of Nano Honesty Talk, featuring your host, this girl. Hey guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 10 of NaNoWriMo. We are 1/3 of the way toward the end, and I wish that made me more excited than it did. This is important because not only is it like, wow, 1/3 the way there, but also like, oh crap, I have to do this 2 more times. And the reason I think having to do this 2 more times sounds so scary is because day 10 is like the low point. It's like, you know, day 1 was all the way up here, day 10 is like, day 10's toward the bottom of the overall NaNoWriMo experience. I've done this several times, and these are my very scientific findings. I even made a graph, because I'm procrastinating still. Let me kind of break it down for you. Day 1 through 5, this is amazing! There's a little bit of fluctuations. Day 5 is not as exciting as the kickoff day, but you know what? You're still pretty pumped. You're still like, I can do this, okay? Even if you've fallen behind, you still have that excitement of the beginning of NaNoWriMo. Day 7 through 9 is when we get to that tricky, like, it's going. It's nano. This is still a thing we're doing. Day 10, I find, is where you really hit that first very, very low point of like, to be totally honest, I don't know if I can do this. And I think part of the reason is that a lot of the time, that's toward the first chunk of story that even planners have trouble with, where you're like, things are getting tricky. And it's at that point where you've had enough writing where you're like, am I awful at this? Which you shouldn't do, but let's be honest, because this is Nano Honesty Talk. It happens, okay? This is the part where people start fretting. And it's also the part where a lot of time, if you haven't been getting those words in, where you haven't been meeting the daily word count goal, that you start to think like, oh, there's no way this is happening. I'm already 1/3 of the way through and I'm so far behind. This low period lasts about until day 15 when you're like, oh wow, it's halfway. I've already done it once, I just have to do it one more time and then I win. And then it's done. We have survived, we can do this. We've already done it once before and now we just have to do it for 15 more days. This is possible. Day 15 through 20, you still may have a little bit of the like, I can do this. And then I find, at least for a lot of US residents, you have Thanksgiving. And this is where lull part 2 happens. Because, and I'm not just saying this from my own experience, but also from my own experience, you have Friendsgiving, you have Thanksgiving with your family, and it's just, there's so much food. I don't know, I eat a lot and then I don't want to write. My tummy's full, I just want to go to sleep. There's so many other things to do and you don't really get as much alone time, and then if you have kids, a lot of the time they're on break from school, and then it's just, it's a rough time, let's be honest. Nano Honesty Talk, Nano Honesty Talk, Nano Honest Talk time, woo! Day 25 I found is the make or break time. You only have 5 days left, and it's the time where you seriously evaluate where you're at. You come away with one of 3 conclusions. The first conclusion, which I would love to see some stats on, but I don't think it's that many people, have either already won, and I know some of you who have because you're amazing. Good job. I wish I was you right now. 1. I'm on track, I'm ahead, I finished, I freaking got this. That is, if you got that, you know, this really isn't such a huge deal to you, but it is the 5-day excitement. I only have 5 days left. The second option is when it's still like, it's still within reach. I could grab that nano win still. This is still possible. It's gonna be hard, but 5 days left, you know, I could conceivably do this. The third one is when you're either hoping for a miracle and or you realize it's just not happening this year. I am going to mention a quick aside because I feel it's important that even if you don't win, any words that you have gotten during this process are more words than you started with. So if you don't win, don't worry about it. I say it all the time, but I'm saying it again now. Okay, let's get back to day 25. If you don't win within the days 25 to like 29, on the 30th you are forced into super mega writing day, but it's not voluntary. It's not for funsies. Winning on day 30 when you're having to do a super mega writing day and getting like 10,000 words is the best feeling and also the worst feeling. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The times that I've had to do this, it was hard and my head hurt and my fingers felt like they were gonna fall off, and I just was in a daze the entire next day. And like a couple days later, it's amazing how much brain power it takes to be creative like that, especially for such an extended amount of time with no breaks, when you're like forcing yourself into this deadline, and it's just, It's tough, you guys. I mean, I know you all understand that because you're also creative people, but don't do it if you don't have to. But if you are on day 30, you should do it. Why not? I mean, ignoring all those other reasons I mentioned, but also still do it anyways. It's worth it. All of this and that graph is just to say that if you're like me and you're on day 10 and you feel like Nano is just kind of crushing your soul, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's totally natural to feel that way. Again, it's the low point, you guys. Like, we're just in a low point. Just make sure to be kind to yourself. Take mental breaks when you need them, and really don't worry about that inner editor telling you that it's no good, okay? Just don't worry about it. And this is as much for me as it is for maybe you if you're feeling the same way. I needed to remind myself of all of those things. With all that said, I do have some personal good news, which is that I have hit 20,000 words. I'm at just like this many words over 20,000 and I stopped, but I freaking did it, you guys. Again, my story felt like it was beating me, but I'm on track for my personal goal. And my 20,000th word was you, which is an upgrade from my 5,000th word, which was 2. I'm hoping I'm just going to keep with this whole rhyme theme, and I can do like blue and through and moo and not moo, actually. There aren't any cows in my story. They just don't exist, so I guess that couldn't really work. But could it work? Could I write moo into my... I don't think it would work. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down below and let me know if your story's beating you and we can commiserate together. Please also let me know if you've done NaNoWriMo before, where your low points and high points are for the month, if you've noticed any kind of pattern. And if you have some good news, please also comment that down below too, because I could use some. I will use yours as inspiration to get me out of this day 10 funk. I'm gonna get back to procrastinating. I will see y'all tomorrow for day 11. Bye.